Hello and welcome to Mandatory Fun Time Channel. I am your host Shagitto, and with me as always is the Zarny.
What's up?
What's up? Today we are going over some more world building within the Daggerheart world as of right now. So last stream, if you had joined us for that, we did the playtest one-shot adventure where you kind of like mix and match different answers or you can like kind of roll some dice and kind of figure out if you want to go the RNG route, which we did with this one. And we figured out that this is going to take place within the kingdom of Rumari, which the players will currently be wandering through or traveling through the Wonder, best known for its mysterious powers that keep it afloat and the dense jungles that surround it. And then we kind of fleshed out the actual adventure after last night's attack by the Horde. Many here have decided to leave. This morning we found out that the events of the previous evening destroyed the town's protection rune. The Elder is in a coma and unable to repair the runes. We know how to fix this. We'll need to bring an offering to the grave of the gods. So our story begins as we all prepare to leave for the Broken Sea, where we might find what we're looking for. Yeah, and then we spent some time like actually going through that adventure and kind of fleshing things out, like what horde. It was a horde of spirits, the Cumberdales, which was a religious family of high importance, and there was a bloodline obligation. And we just kind of fleshed this out, felt really good about it. And at the very end, you know, we kind of talked about the Broken Sea, which has these reefs that infect humanoids, and they come up for different reasons.
Yeah, coming up, crashing ships.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool because, like, I like the idea of like some adventurers that are ballsy enough to go out there to try to time it and catch a reef coming up that has a known ship that went missing. You know, to maybe try to loot it or, you know, getting into crazy adventures that way, I think would be pretty cool.
Absolutely.
And you said you had chosen a location for this?
Yeah, so for the Broken Seas, you and I were talking about this, and it made a lot of sense just to have it all around this continent with all of these kind of like circles and stuff, all of these like, you know, little islands, and also broken up, broken up land pieces. And I just feel like these reefs can come up at certain areas. Maybe it's not all around it, but maybe like in this area over here, there'll be these reefs that are like really messed up, you know, that infect that are basically kind of like a myconid that is going to infest the infest the you know, the sailors and such.
Oh right, we talked about maybe having them have some sort of like parasitic nature.
Yeah. You know, but maybe over here it's something different. Maybe something else popped up or whatnot. Because this whole area, you know, with us putting the grave of the gods right here and seeing this massive floating city, I feel like this whole area is a huge kind of like wild surge of mana, like this whole area. So, you know, that's why this is floating, and that's why in the adventure hook the wonder that they're going through is also floating, and I was thinking like maybe it'll be in this area right here.
Okay. Yeah.
And they had to, you know, sail through the Broken Sea, which is like this whole area, to find an offering and then get to the grave of the gods, which I figured like this little area right here looked really good because it's kind of like a nook almost up in here. It's got some trees.
Yeah, kind of. It's like a valley that nestles down in there between the mountains.
Yeah. So was thinking like that, and you know, and I figured like maybe some of the gods, you know, this is like where they fell. Some of the gods fell here, and it dispersed a lot of mana that is kind of mingling with the enemy's mana, you know, Azagul and stuff.
Yeah. And what is the Isles of Andric?
Isles of Andric, boom, Shadowdark.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom.
That's why I couldn't remember.
Right. And I will make these like little numbers here also a clickable link, and that'll go into the description of this area, so it'll be a lot easier for me.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Boop, boop, boop. But yeah, so I was thinking for this stream, we kind of just go over Adventure 1 that we did, because, you know, we came up with this and then like that was pretty cool, but we didn't really flesh it out like we did with this one. And I feel like it'd be a disservice if we didn't kind of flesh this out a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Maybe tweak some things, you know. Instead of having glitter orcs, we'll have something else. This is a placeholder.
Right, because we got two horde attacks, but we kind of took the second one, and instead of it just being a horde attack, it had a lot more meaning behind it. It had a lot more oomph to it. Yeah,
well, I mean, we really tried just going with the dice on the second one, and it rolled a 2, and we're like, the horde, let's roll it again, and it rolled another 2. So we're like,
okay.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do about it?
Yeah,
the dice have spoken. I think you rolled a lot of 2s actually throughout that whole thing.
Yeah, I did. It was weird.
If I remember correctly.
Dang old Discord dice.
Can't be trusted.
Right. Yeah. All right. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Blah. Can I move this over that way? Yeah. Yeah.
No, there we go.
There we go. That's a little easier. So in the first adventure, our story takes place within the kingdom of Winter's Sun, and we thought like, oh, Winter's Sun sounded really cool, and then we can place that near the Rime of the Colossi. So let's check out our map. Plop. So if we're thinking Rime of the Colossi down here, which I don't even know if we discussed that. We talked about the other one, right? Did we say this right here? Rime of the Colossi?
That's where you were talking about. And now the only thing that's got me kind of thinking of right now, unfortunately, is that in the second adventure, which you're placing kind of just north of that, they talk about, it matches up because like the floating islands and stuff like this, but it's also talking about dense jungle. So it's actually like more of a tropical climate. And then the Rime of the Colossi in Winter's Sun is more of like a frozen, desolate area, right?
Yeah, correct.
So it might not make sense for those two places to be that close together.
Ooh. Yeah, you got a point there. Whoops. Not what I wanted. Go back. There we go. Bam. Yeah, you're right. So one thing that I was working on before the stream is like, man, like going back and forth when you're on an end piece trying to figure out how things go is like a little confusing. So I did make this right here, so that way it's a little better visually for us to understand. So yeah, so we were thinking like this is the Rime of the Colossi, and this is Indigo, which if any of you guys are Mega Man X fans, this is Destroyed Sigma from I think Mega Man X5. But I was thinking is like right here is the Rime of the Colossi, and you know we can kind of like bring it down here, so it's like this whole stretch, and this is kind of like a frozen area. And now you bring up a good point, but I'm not. Oh man.
But see, but here's the thing. The great thing about this is we have the power to change whatever we want. So instead of having have the floating island area be a jungle, it could just not be a jungle. You know what I mean?
True.
But then you've got two of your first adventures are going to be in a similar setting.
Yeah. Yep.
So it depends on if you want to do that or not, you know, having your first couple adventures be all in the same type of biome, I guess.
Yeah, we might change that.
Because I know like when we were doing Rime of the Frost Maiden, I was like by the end of that, and I mean we haven't even completely completed it. We just got to a really good stopping point, and Vaughn wanted to do something else.
Yeah.
By the end of it, I was like, dude, if the next campaign is in a frozen tundra, I'm gonna lose my mind. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm ready for a change of scenery, you know, because you've got like 10 towns and it's like you can't buy anything cool in 10 towns because 10 towns is the freaking shanty town basically, and or just a bunch of small shanty towns after this war and stuff. So there's like not a lot of trade. So it's like we were all loaded, we're all money bags, we have nothing to spend our gold on because we're out in the middle of the freaking tundra, you know?
Yeah, right. So, I guess my second option would be kind of over in here. I kind of don't want it like, I don't know, I don't want it down here, but I was thinking like, hey, maybe this is like some more mountainy area, and oh, I gotta move over my camera for everyone. And god dang it,
yeah, because that's more. I mean, one of the things we do need is that it has to be in an area that has like an impassable mountain pass, and then we have to have this. What you were talking about, like the what was it, the ice cage? Or, yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe we'll have it up in here, and this will be like the rhyme, and we'll have you know, the indigo at the very top here, casting a shadow, and then we can have like the Winter Sun Kingdom up in this area, basically. But I don't know. I think that would work. I think that'll work. Like, you know, we're gonna redesign the map a little bit, so we can like bring this out a little bit, and we can freaking have some more of these little pebble guys, you know, kind of around it to indicate like a cage of sorts, and have this whole little area kind of frozen. Or maybe it'll come down like this instead of coming over here. We can have like this little pebble trail, and all of this is like the ice cage.
Yeah, or I mean, you could really fill it out and make like almost like it's like a channel, if you wanted to.
Yeah, for sure.
Where it's just like super treacherous waters because of the currents and the rocks and the ice and the all that stuff kind of churning.
Right.
And so it's like you could go through there, but nobody's ever done it successfully, so we just don't do that anymore. And you could say that like you could make it so that like kind of like the bottom half, so like the main island in the middle, right, with the floating citadel looking thing.
Yeah.
You could say that like the southern half, like where this river is, that kind of cuts underneath on the left. Yeah, right. Like this whole like that whole southern half and that mountain. I wish I could draw. I wish you could see what I was doing, but yeah, that like from that down and over in both directions, that's where like the kind of Arctic line is.
Okay.
And then the other top portion, the other top 2/3 is, you know, more jungle and stuff like that.
Yeah, that works. I think that'd be cool.
Which would be kind of neat, because if you were up in the castle, or you were on the north side of the castle, you would look down and you would be overlooking this like tropical jungle. But if you went to the southern balcony and you look down and it's just like a frozen wasteland.
Yeah,
kind of cool.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Okay, well, that sounds good. We'll I'll move this guy kind of over here and kind of make this. I'll alter this so it looks better. I'm thinking maybe this area right here is the ice cage, and you know, it's like, man, if we could only go through here, that would save so much time, you know, getting around the continent and stuff. But
oh yeah, that does work.
Yeah, this little area. So
yeah.
Yeah. All right. We'll figure that out.
Panama.
Okay, now let's get back to the other thing. So so we finished that. We talked about Rhyme of the Winter's Run. Sorry, dude. I got like ADHD. I'm like, how did we get on this topic? I don't really know. There we go.
Kingdom of Winter Sun.
Oh, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Bam. Yeah. Can I move this over? There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Man, it's hard for me to like get it on the stream. I was getting frustrated, but Yeah, so this whole channel right here will be kind of like the ice cage within Rime of the Colossi, which that's in the playtest as like a landmark location for the Rime of the Colossi, is this like little ice cage that sailors and stuff can't get through because it's so icy. So if we're gonna have like this kind of like that, well, why don't we put it up here? Why don't we put like Winter's Run on the other side of the ice cage over here?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that would make sense because anything coming from Winter's Sun would have to go southwest and then like get into these rivers to get to the other places. And this could be this whole area could be the kingdom of Winter's Sun, but like the seat of power in Winter's Sun could be up there where you're talking about. And so like getting anything shipped in from or out to from the southern and western side of this whole area would be a huge pain because it would have to come across land to this like lake, to the rivers, to the lake, and then out to this big giant sea area. So if they could get through this pass right here that you pointed out to get down to the other sides of the island, life would be a lot better. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Looking at this map, you know, I'm like, hey, maybe it could be right here. Well, this section right here is this
Part of
section
that.
right there. Yeah.
That's why it just, like I said before we started, it kind of tricks me the way that they did this, and so it kind of makes it harder.
Yeah, I
Is
think
that the
before.
same?
Yeah, it is. I just shrunk it over on this side. I shrunk it down so it would fit. I think before the next stream, I am going to take my time and actually finish doing this. Like, I'll take this section out right here. And that way it's a lot more understandable. Like, you know, I'll take like maybe this island out. Oops, people aren't seeing that. I'll take this little island out over here and I'll just tag it onto this side. And that way,
yeah,
that way
I get it. Okay. Yeah, it's very tricky. It plays tricks on you.
Like the Fae.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. So Winter's Run, we'll figure that out. You know, it might be over here. That's not like a bad idea. That way, you know, like we talked about, like here is like really kind of getting kind of cool, and then it gets like super cold, and then it's like you get some frozen areas in this spot right here.
Yeah.
With this being the ice cage and the Rime of the Colossi and stuff, and then down here it starts getting like kind of warmer again. So like, you know, this whole area right here, you see that? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
It's like Canada right here.
Canada, yeah.
Canada, yeah.
I think that works.
Cool. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. You know, we'll make it to where it's a little more understandable, like relating to our maps as like, you know, the North and the South Pole, basically. So I'll make it a little more understandable. But yeah, so we'll have like the Winter's King or whatever somewhere in this area. So that way it's close. Or Winter's Sun, rather.
Yeah.
And then we'll have Indigo. Indigo can kind of like stay where he's at, actually. This just won't be...
I mean, now that I
Yeah.
realize that that's the same freaking piece of land, it's like, oh yeah, we were doing that already.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, so this is like on top of like a huge mountain, and like I still feel like there's going to be some robotic parts in this area. Maybe like his other pieces of his body are like really buried deep underneath these like kind of wastelands and stuff. But we'll have the Winter's Sun somewhere in here, or maybe this right here is Winter's Sun.
Okay.
And we're traveling through this kingdom, and Indigo's shadow can be seen all around. And because he is so high up, there is a mist around the mountaintops itself, and it kind of shimmers like this said, best known for the shimmer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Kingdom of Winter Sun. So we have figured out where the Kingdom of Winter Sun is. I didn't mean to do that. I am going to kind of mark that now, so that way we don't forget. I have so many tabs. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. There we go.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Maps. All right. Where am I? Where am I? Who am I? Okay. I think I'll just mark it down here. I need to right click and make that set as background so that way I can type on it. Yes. I'm doing the things. Alright, so Kingdom of Winter Sun. I will make that
official.
Yeah, like it. What? Do the thing. Yeah, okay, that works. That looks fine. Kingdom. Whoops. Interesting. Blah blah blah. Yeah, okay. Ooh, there we go. Pop. A little bip. Okay.
Go boop bop.
Yeah.
Beep.
All right, and then yeah, we'll place it right there. Is what it is. I like it.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll fix that. I'll make it look better. That's just placeholders for right now. So Kingdom of the Winter Sun is right here. That's indigo. And then yeah. Put that there. Okay. And what else as far as the adventure goes? Near the Rime of the Colossi. Sort of. We are currently traveling through Indigo Shadow. So let's talk about like Indigo.
Yeah.
I don't want.
Shadow. I think the idea of what Indigo Shadow was came from early on in the world building. We were talking about the breach, I think.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how Azagul was creating like kind of like machines of war, right?
Yeah.
Like weird artificer type stuff, kind of amalgamations of like flesh and machine, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then Indigo would have been like this massive giant war machine creation, like mech style thing almost.
Mm-hmm.
And we can come up with like a cool name for what they were called. You know, I'm sure Azgul would have called it one thing, but the people who were fighting these things probably would have called them something else.
Oh yeah, we can come up with a couple names then. That'd be cool. Oh yeah, that'd be sick because then they could find lore about it being called one thing, and they're like, "What is this?" You know, and then over time they'll figure it out. It's like, oh, they're referring to these things that we fought or that they fought during the breach.
Yeah.
Now what I was thinking is these mechs aren't piloted, right? Like, I think what I really want to do is stay with the kind of like the dark undertones, the dark kind of story of Azagul, and basically say Azagul had a way to collect souls of his enemies, right? And maybe we can kind of throw in like a soul shard or a soul stone, kind of like from Diablo or something. But like they have this this type of device that collects souls, and that's how he's able to power the Indigo, is through the spirits and souls of all of his victims. And yeah. It would be its own creature. All of these things they've been their own creatures, Right.
and you know, automatons essentially, but not like a cute quirky automaton you would find in 5th edition, but like a like more of an abomination that is like a mixture between machinery, flesh, and the skulls of the dead, which is pretty scary stuff. I wouldn't want to mess with that.
Dude, yeah, I think that'd be freaking sick, because then you have all these stories about these massive machines that are made up of like maybe thousands of souls that are all merged into one that powers this machinery, you know, and you know, there'd be stories like they're still conscious in there, they just have to obey whatever Azagul says or commands and everything. So just all of these, like there's 1,000 witnesses in these machines that are like laying waste to the lands and like their own families and friends and stuff.
Yeah, and then like the imagery of like you're fighting in a battle and your brother or whoever, someone you know that went missing in the last attack, is running around on the battlefield all gory with fucking machine limbs and like all fused into him and stuff, and you're like, oh my god, that's my brother, holy shit, you know, but it's not anymore, you know.
Yeah,
and it wouldn't just be people, it wouldn't just be the people either, it'd be animals, dude, like any living creature that could be used to turn into one of these things, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that'd be good. I like the idea. I think probably he started small, so he would kind of merge, basically, you know, like you said, like humans with machinery, and it has this kind of, you know, android-looking thing or whatever you'd like to call it.
Boars, bears, like, dude, crazy. I mean, and just the way I'm picturing it's gnarly, you know, like in Terminator 2, you know, when half of his face is missing. Almost, you know, but like animals and stuff.
Yeah.
Like crazy deer that are like drooling black goo and like weird light coming out of their eyes, you know, like
pale eyes with like a glow around them. Yeah, I like it. And I think at near the end of his rule, I think he created these basically massive ones that would be kind of like the size of a Gundam.
Yeah, because he finally collected enough souls to power something of that size.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what the freaking artifact is.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Let's see. What are we gonna call them though? I don't want to say Gundams.
Gundams. Oh gosh, I don't know. That's a tough one, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really good with naming names and shit.
I need a thesaurus.
Yeah.
Can't call them cyborgs because that's not fun.
Yeah, I know. It's
even though that's kind of what they.
Yeah.
Because. Series created by. Animal souls and beast machines.
Yeah.
Scythers. They could. It's kind of a type of golem.
Oh yeah, they are kind of like golems. I don't know. We can just we'll just call them like sentinels for right now.
Okay.
Sentinel golems.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Indigo was the creation of Azagul. He used many souls to power the machinery, who used thousands of souls to power the machinery. These sentinel golems were bound to do as goals, bidding the souls inside. We're still aware of what they were doing and what was going on, but we're unable to do anything about it. Let's see. These sentinel golems were created near the end of the breaches.
Where's my pen?
Era.
Where's my pen? What if?
And let's see what else. Still aware of what they were doing. Let's see. These golems, along with their smaller counterparts, were the these would later be studied and reversed engineered to create clanks.
What if Azagul called them his soul sentinels?
Ooh, okay.
But the common people, just as a slang, called them rusters.
All right. So you said soul sentinels?
Yeah, that's what he would call them. He'd be proud of them. He would want them to sound special.
Yeah, I like that. These sentinels, aka,
or they call maybe death rusters. Maybe.
What about necro golems?
Ooh, yeah, I'm into that.
Okay.
Necro golems sounds cool.
Yeah, because we would call them kind of like golems, because that's what we're used to when something's animated. In the D&D world and everything, it'd be like, oh, it's type of golem, a flesh golem, a metal golem.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. These sentinels, aka necro golems, along with their smaller counterparts, would later be studied and reversed engineered to create clanks. Chick. I like it. All right, and then we can we'll figure out how they get destroyed later on, but I think this is really good as a backstory for what these things are and why you would see all these limbs around and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okie. All right, we placed the Winter Sun. We kind of figured out where the Rime of the Colossi is. Now we are currently traveling through Indigo Shadow. We figured out what Indigo was. And maybe that's the biggest sentinel piece that's left, right? Everything else is really kind of destroyed and crushed, and it doesn't have much.
I feel like Indigo was probably maybe the only one that was even ever that big. It was his final creation before the end of the war,
Indigo was Azagul's masterpiece. Where he trapped 10,000 souls within it. It is the only necrogolem that is mostly intact in the world. Okay. Cool. Now, where it's at and everything. best known for the shimmering. And what I'm thinking is like, because it's so high up on a mountain, maybe this shimmer is just the condensation around him that's kind of solidifying and liquefying at the same time that will create this type of shimmer when the light hits it.
Yeah.
And because of that, it casts a longer than usual shadow of Indigo's head throughout the land.
Ooh, yeah.
So basically, it's
like this shadow that stretches across.
Yeah.
Like, as the sun moves through the sky, there's just this giant shadow that moves across, almost like a sundial.
Yes,
across
exactly.
The entire world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that because that's what I was thinking. The shimmer is basically a magnifying glass for the sun. So wherever position it is, it hits it, and then it just like casts this like massive shadow.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. All right, that makes more sense in my head. I like it. All right, the shimmer. Is it shimmer? Shimmering? Shimmer. The shimmer. It's like The Shining. Okay, so the shimmer is a type of mist that has liquefying. I do not know how to speak the English. Liquefying? Okay, that works. Liquefying.
The what?
It sounds like
liquefying.
Yeah, instead of liquefying, it's liquefying.
Liquefying.
It is from French. Liquefying. That works. Liquefying and solidating and becoming solid constantly. That creates a type of magnifying effect from the sun. Let's see. This makes the shadow of indigo stretch across the world. And I would say like maybe there's certain prayer times that happen when the shadow goes over, a group of people. They stop what they're doing and, pray and give thanks that that the breach was closed. Like it's a remembrance kind of thing.
Yeah,
every day.
Oh yeah.
Prayer. Let's see. It is common practice for people in certain areas to stop what they're doing, they're doing, and kneel down and pray to give thanks for the ending of the breach. Breach? That's not right. Breach. Bam. Okay. I like that. Okay, so shimmer. And also the towering mountains that surround it. Okay, so towering mountains, self-explanatory.
Yeah.
After last night's attack of the Horde, now we had glitter orcs, but let's
we were just being silly.
Yeah.
Well, we're dealing with like an icy area, right?
Yeah, we're dealing with Canada, so maybe they're moose. Or they're gooses. Geese.
A
horde
flock
of
of
geese.
angry geese.
Demonic geese.
Demonic geese, dude.
Yeah, that would be fucking scary, dude. Just hearing like a deep reverberating honk coming at you, dude.
And you're like, oh no, they're coming! Ah! Not the geese, everybody inside.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude, that would be horrific. Like if they were like man-sized and shit.
Yeah. Just oh god, that'd be terrifying.
Bro. Yeah. I legit would be scared.
Geese, dude.
Yeah, dude. Oh fuck.
I mean, you could go with well, there's a lot of fun things.
Yeah. All right. So we're in the kingdom of the winter sun. So we're somewhere in here.
Yeah. So I mean, you've got. Oh, that'd be cool. You've got, frost trolls, stuff like that. It's filtered by biome. Oh, does it really?
Well, let's let's think of like something that isn't really used much from like, D&D games or Shadowdark games or something,
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like everybody's fought a frost troll before. Monsters by biome. There's supposed to be a way to get D&D Beyond to give you monsters by biome.
Oh yeah, there is.
So we can just dig into that and try to find some uncommon things.
Yeah, I will
do it though.
Whoops, that's what I wanted. I will also check out the advisory stat blocks. Let's while you're looking at that, I'll look at the Daggerheart stuff, and I will switch on over to that.
Environment, yes. Okay, here we go. I figured it out, I think.
Nice.
Filter monsters. No, I typed it. Arctic. Boom. Filter. Yeti, dragon. Dragons. Ooh. There's some hags that are related to Arctic areas.
Let's see. Yo, guys in chat, like, give us some suggestions, if you may, about some sort of horde of enemies that would attack a town, kind of in a Arctic sort of climate, mainly.
There's frost salamanders.
Ooh, okay, I like where that's going.
Giant owls.
Meh.
Griffins, drakes. There's all various drakes. Ogres, half ogres.
Oh, none's really
Ice
jumping out of me.
Boom, boom, boom. A Nightwalker. What's a Nightwalker? They're undead. Oh, they're huge too. Let's see, what's this?
I kind of like that one thing you said, the ice salamanders. I just saw something. Where was it?
Oh, this is considered legacy content. It's not listed here. Then why would you even put it in the list of monsters? I want to know what a Nightwalker is. Here we go. Huge undead life eater. A creature dies if reduced to unusual nature. Nightwalker doesn't require air, food, drink, or sleep. These things look creepy as shit, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, here, I'll send you the link. Oop.
Doot. Monsters of the multiverse.
Polar bears.
Oh, dude, I do like that.
Isn't that creepy?
Yeah.
It definitely fits with every everything so far being super dark.
Yeah, for sure. I like this. I like that a lot. We'll reskin it into Daggerheart gameplay, but I do like the Nightwalker kind of thing. I was thinking more of like an undead. Like I was thinking like, oh, maybe we can create something here where it's kind of like undead, but it's also a reptilian. You know, an icy undead reptilian. But I don't know. I kind of like this a lot too. This is more of like an undead elk.
Yeah.
This guy right here.
Dragons.
Oh, so they're like goats, dude. Goats would work, or rams. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna like alter it a little bit to be I don't know about huge. I do want them like really big though. I want them to be taller than a normal man.
Well, what if there's like one big one?
Oh, okay, kind of like the
a bunch
alpha.
of creepy, and then a bunch of creepy little weird ones.
Yeah, and then we'll make the horns kind of like spiral, kind of more like a ram.
Yeah.
And then the face will be similar to that, but I really like the kind of wisps coming off of it and just the black skin itself. With the hooves at the bottom. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Okay. Let me go back to OneNote. All right. Adventure. Horde of... What are we going to call these guys? Let's see. Night.
You can call it... call it a snow stalker.
Oops. Night Walker. Ooh, yeah. Car Ramrod.
Snow walker, like tundra stalker. Frozen nightmare.
I do like tundra stalkers.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, okay. I do like this. Tundra stalkers. So they're not brutes or anything. They're kind of more like ambushers. They stalk their prey and then they charge in afterwards. Okay, cool. I like that. Many here have been badly injured. This morning we found out that the events of the previous evening angered an ancient beast. I could have swore we talked about the ancient beast, like what it was.
I don't know if we figured out what it was. Because it got... So basically what happened was there was the protection rune breaking was what like woke the beast up, because there was that rune was also basically entrapping it, and that's where the Fey dude came in, because the Fey dude was like supposed to be guarding it,
right?
But he was like slacking off, and now he's gonna be in big trouble. We're all gonna be in very big trouble. But I don't think we talked about what the beast would be. An ancient beast would have to be something pretty badass, right? Something that was like locked away like that.
Yeah.
What is this? And access to Volos. What about something like this? Thing is pretty scary looking. Something along these lines.
With the Tundra Stalkers, let's make it to where if you attack them, something happens. Like I like the kind of gooey black ooze dripping off of them. But like, what would happen if we attacked them within melee range, or if we got within melee range? Maybe it smells bad. It's like, you know, toxic.
Well, maybe if you're close to them for too long, like it slowly tries to like reach out for you and like overcome you in some way.
Yeah.
It can be tough to deal with, but +7 to hit. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. Usuva. It's got a bunch of resistances. It's got some immunities. Dark vision. Yeah, this thing looks pretty nasty.
All right, we can work on that a little bit more. The ancient beast. I love what you found. I think that's freaking awesome. Definitely gonna go with that. Let me show the people's bam. Okay, you come over here. Let me see if I can just copy image and put it into
I
one.
just don't really. I don't have access to any. I don't know if there's like a monster manual for Daggerheart yet or anything like that. Really.
Yeah, there's
so
no.
I'm just looking at D&D stuff to get ideas, and we can we can modify these things. But I just thought that looks like something you definitely would want to trap and not let go.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's great. I just really like I can like copy pictures like straight into
oh really?
Friggin', yeah, OneNote. So there's
sick.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay. And then I'll make a little bit of gap. Boop boop. Ancient beast was
this ugly fucker.
Yeah, this thing. Boop. What is this? A Shuzuva. But of course we have to come up with a new name. We're gonna reskin this for the Daggerheart world. Dude, it's like a scorpion wolf, dude. That's so cool.
Oh, what if? Okay, how about this? What if it's being ridden by a hag, dude? Just for fun.
Ooh, what if this thing is basically let's talk Harry Potter for a second, like a Horcrux for a like really bad ice hag, you know, and that's why it's unkillable, but they have to contain it so that way the hag doesn't come back.
Okay. Because hags are bad news, man. Especially for, you know, all the reasons.
Yeah.
+6 to hit with spell attacks. You can. So here's this.
The ancient beast was I think of a new name for it. Ooh, yeah, that hag looks pretty sick.
Love the art, man. God, so much cool art when it comes to tabletop RPGs.
Yeah, I know. And then, yeah, we can create some good lore about this hag and also this beast that is basically subdued within the rune.
Yeah, maybe it's like, you know how like when hags are in a coven?
Yeah.
Then they get their coven abilities. Well, what if this particular hag couldn't stand other women? So she like did some sort of crazy sacrifice so that she could just have a familiar and still have like full power like she was in a coven, but she didn't have to deal with other hags.
What if she tricked the coven and sacrificed them to create this?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because she hates covens, like you said, like the other witches.
Yeah. She wants to be the only one.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. This hag Despises all other hags.
She's a very unfriendly hag.
And thus, after a while, she tricked a whole coven of hags to be sacrificed in a ritual that would give her the powers of the coven without being in an actual coven. Coven, not cover. Okay. Souls of the other hags. A lot of soul bounding going on. The souls of the other hags were merged with a frost dire wolf and a some type of scorpion.
Yeah, like a giant scorpion.
Ooh, and a rock scorpion.
Oh,
Something
yeah.
from the mountains, you know, kind of like this, like not little boy, but like a basically a large, massive kind of like, you know, like 7 foot long rock scorpion covered in like maybe gems and stuff, and that's why you have these kind of rocky gems poking out as thorns with this frost dire wolf. Nice. With a rock scorpion. This creature can regenerate over time, even if the body is hacked up and scattered. The name of the hag is what? Chuckles.
Nanny Chuckles.
Yeah.
And there's got to be like, there are like, you know, fairy tales, children's tales about not going out in the forest at night because Nanny Chuckles will get you, like all that kind of thing. You know, you got to, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely some like horror stories about this, and like, you know, be like she'll be waiting outside your, you know, your window during a blizzard or something like that. You'll see her smiling at you.
Whatever you do, don't open the window, no matter what she tells you. If you hear her whispers, you have to ring a brass bell 3 times.
I don't know, man. Kind of like it. I kind of like the boogeyman vibe.
Yeah, boogeyman vibe is good.
Badookin. I was thinking of, have you seen the horror movie called Babadook?
Yeah.
And I was thinking of that, and like Babadook, Duke, and I'm like, Badookin. Oh, let's go Badookin.
Badookin.
Yeah, I don't know if I want that anymore.
No, it's fine, because then it'll be a joke at the table, and everybody will love it. It'll be a thing. You know how players are.
Badookin. 1, 2, 5,
up 2.
Badookin. All right, that's fine. Badookin. Was a creature. Was a creation of hag Badookin, who merged the souls of a coven. Oops. And the bodies of a rock scorpion, and a frost dire wolf. hag uses blank. What's the name of this thing?
What thing?
The ancient beast.
Oh, he should have a cool sounding name.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Let's see. What are some hag names that like come to mind?
Hag names? Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
like-
know anything about naming hags. I mean, they're fey creatures, so
Mm-hmm. Agatha.
Hagatha.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I was thinking like trying to like take parts of like hag names and like mash them up and shit.
Yeah. Let me see.
Do.
Worldbuilding. Vanagander. That's a cool name, but it means monster of the river, so it doesn't really make sense.
Hmm.
That's Odin's friends. Yeah, we know these giant and dwarf names.
There we go. What about Giselda?
Mm-hmm.
Like that. I like Merkmore.
Brynhild is kind of interesting because it means protected by the shield.
Okay.
It's not protected by the shield anymore.
Let's see. Brynhilda.
Brynhilda.
Brynmalda. Do. I don't know, man. Maybe this isn't the right direction for it.
Maybe not.
We'll just go with Brynhild, and we'll just keep that.
Okay.
Brynhilda. The hag uses Brynhild. I kind of like Brynhilda. Uses Brynhilda to or as a mount and a Horcrux, basically. Okay, man. Okay. I like this. We're doing good. All right, so we got the Tundra Stalkers, fleshed those out a little bit. And then we figured out what the ancient beast is and why it's kind of like been protected. We know how to fix this. We'll need to enlist a Tricksome Fae. So our story begins as we prepare to leave for the Towers of Hyle, where we might find what we're looking for. Cool. And I'm sure what they need is ingredients to, help trap it again, basically.
Yeah. Knowledge of how to do that.
And the Towers of Hyle. how to fix this.
Well, maybe somebody like there's somebody else in the town, like, so maybe the elder had a page or something that would have been like, well, we could look through the elder's writings and stuff and see if there's any notes on what to do or how this was done, and then maybe that's where they find out that they have to go to the Tower of Hyle because the person that did this back in the past was from there.
Mm-hmm.
And the elder only knew how to keep the rune maintained, and he didn't know how the original ritual was done.
How to keep the rune maintained, but doesn't know how the original ritual was done. And then I'll say, like, this isn't like a normal ritual, right? So you're gonna need some like very powerful ingredients, but you also need this tricksome fae to perform the ritual. And so that's why they have to bring him along to the Tower of Hyle, learn the ingredients, and have him do the ritual.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. She's like, I can fix it, but I don't know how. I mean, I kind of know how, but we don't have everything we need.
Yeah.
And we gotta hurry.
Be powerful enough to redo the ritual after the ingredients are found. Okay. I think that's good.
And then I guess the goal of the party would be to gather what they need, lure the wolf back somehow, hopefully before it's reunited with the hag, so they can trap it again.
Yeah, right. And I think like this wolf thing will go to a certain spot to start doing its own thing to slowly call back the hag. So it's, you think about like that movie The Watchmen, where the Dr. Manhattan is like slowly coming back, and like you see the circulatory system and stuff like that, and that's basically what's going on.
It's got to heal, and it's got to get its power back, and it's got to try to find a way to get back to his owner.
Yeah. Let's see, I'll put that right here, and then I think that'll be the end of tonight's session. The hag uses Brunhilde as a mount and a Horcrux. When Brunhilde comes back, it will seek out a certain spot to start resurrecting Badookin.
Badookin.
Cool, dude. Okay. Badookin. She is used in fairy tales. To scare children into being good or something.
It's that stuff's always used to get children to behave, right?
Yeah. To behave. Or the next winter storm, they'll see Badookin out their window, smiling at them.
Oh, and look how she's got like little bells on her staff, dude. Like first you like hear the bells. You think you hear bells jingling in the storm. So the kids are scared.
Yeah. Kids will hear the bells first ringing in the storm. Then comes the taps at the window.
Yeah, dude, she's scary. I love it.
Oh yeah. Cool. All right, this is great. I like doing this. I kind of like having this adventure, and then we flesh out everything. It really kind of brings the world to life.
It's cool, man.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, I hope you guys had a good time listening to us ramble. And kind of fleshing out this first adventure that we did. From here, I will kind of talk with Zarny about where we're going, like in what direction. I think we're just gonna like try to find some like legit landmarks as far as Rime of the Colossi, the Sablewood, which I already know, but we'll expand on that, and then the other two, which I completely forgot about the names of, but we'll figure those out later. Hold on. What is the other ones, man? Customizing your game, bruh. I don't know.
What's up, brother?
Yeah, what's up, brother? Hey, get out of here, kitty cat.
Meow.
Meow. Oh, you guys can see in the very background is our newest little... Let me go the other way. Newest little kitten.
Oh, you got a meow meow.
Yeah, there's a little meow meow. He's about like 2.5 or 3 months or something like that. His name's Mel. Yeah. But I hope you guys had fun. We will start kind of, like I said, going over some more bigger landmarks. So that way we can understand the world a little bit more. And from there, we'll have a better foundation for creating adventures in this world. Additionally, real quick, that something that Zarny and I will be working on as well in this world is like I know this game is like super narrative and everything, but I also do want to have basically mega dungeons in the game. Yeah. So that way, you know, if you want to just kind of go through that kind of dungeon crawl feel and within Daggerheart, absolutely, let's do that. Let's create some places so that everyone for different play styles can come to these games and have a good time. So what I was thinking about, Zarny, is forgotten cities that were leveled. Yeah, that were leveled or like destroyed, fallen into the earth somehow. And buried, those would basically be the mega dungeons where you would legit go through a huge city fighting different things. You'd have some safe spots to rest and all that.
That would be really fun. I've always wanted to do a mega dungeon like that where like the whole campaign was a mega dungeon. Yeah. And there's like part of it is these puzzles unlocking these places that are supposed to be safe for your party to rest.
Right.
So there's none of this like, oh, we should go back to town and then come back again, you know? It just all takes place in the dungeon. That area right there looks like it's freaking houses built into the cliffs or something like that.
Oh yeah. I think I talked to you about this in the very beginning where it looked kind of like a coliseum almost. And like, dude, this whole really interesting. Yeah, this whole thing kind of sunk. You know, the water level like rose and shit. So
dude, maybe that could be a mega dungeon right there, dude. Like scaling up and down and exploring all these tunnels and stuff and how they're all connected.
Right. And then going down into the water. So yeah, we'll work on that too. We're gonna create some mega dungeons. I think that'll be really fun and super entertaining to watch. At least I would want to watch that, and I hope you guys want to watch that too.
Oh yeah.
So
hell yeah.
All right. But with that, we'll get out of here for tonight. We'll be back next Thursday, and in a couple months we'll probably be streaming more videos, maybe a couple times a week, maybe on Thursdays and Fridays. Just depends on our schedules and stuff. So that way we can get through this a little bit more quicker. And hopefully have more people come in and watch us, because I know it's Thursday and, you know, there's Critical Role games going on and such. And
Critical Role, sheesh.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone watching Critical Role is super excited about these videos after Critical Role ends, you know. I'm sure. But yeah, so we'll do some more streaming different days and such. But until then, I hope you guys take care of yourself and each other. And I look forward to anything that you guys leave down in the comments. You got anything to say, Zarny?
Just have a good night. It's mandatory.
All right. Y'all take care. Bye.
Peace out.